What's up, YouTube? This is Raiders Eric. I'm gonna do a Walking Dead review for episode 13, which will be called The Grove, coming up this Sunday. And if we're going to, if you guys don't know, last week's episode, um, Alone, episode 12, season 4, Beth has gotten taken by somebody in a car with a cross behind it. And Daryl has ran into another group that was in the same house as Rick was in episode Claim. His name is Joe. So here are my thoughts about Beth. Where do I think, you know, Beth is gonna die in this next episode or in the season finale or even next season? Um, Honestly, I think the person that took her um, in the car with the white cross on it was Father Gabriel. If you guys are not familiar with the comic books, he's from the comic books. He is a good guy. So if Father Gabriel did take a Beth, she's in good hands. So I actually think he did though. He was a caretaker for that funeral home that Beth and Daryl were in the comic books. Um, uh, honestly, that's who I think took Beth. I don't think she's going to die. I think they're gonna have a bigger role for her. Um, Coming up in the season. Probably not this season. Probably in the season finale. You know what I'm saying? Her character is getting a little bit better. You know what I mean? So I think that it's Father Gabriel who took Beth. Honestly, in my opinion, because I watched the episode twice of Alone, and you could see that the car that took Beth, kidnapped Beth or whatever, had a cross behind it. I know somebody else could randomly just drive in a car that has a cross behind it, and it doesn't even have to be the priest. It could be totally somebody different. You know, I know that's a possibility too. Um, but if they're gonna introduce this character into this season, we got 3 episodes left. I mean, I think that would be the awesome time to introduce him now. So I think it's Father Gabriel who took Beth, so she's gonna be safe. Now as far as Daryl in this new group that he met last week on the road when he was on the road chasing after Beth in the car. Um, are they the hunters? I don't think they're the hunters yet. I don't think we're gonna see the hunters until the season finale, the end of the season finale, because that's more of a season-ending finale type thing, not in the middle of the, middle of the end type of finale of the season or episode. It's more of a sending off season for season 5. So I don't think this particular group, this guy's name is Joe. That they're I don't think they are the hunters. I think they're just random bandits who go around and are now are they bad guys or are they good guys? Um, from what I get that he told Daryl last week was why hurt you know why hurt him when you could hurt other people. To me, that sounds like maybe he is a bad guy. Maybe he is a bad guy, or he's just somebody who's like Merle. You know what I mean? Somebody who's radical and out of whack, and in this group. And maybe Daryl just. I don't think Daryl's gonna join this group. Daryl's gonna probably his sole mission is probably going to go ahead and try to find Beth, and maybe he's gonna ask these people to help them out to find Beth. Because this next week's episode is called The Grove. So um, whether they're gonna be into the Grove or arrive at the Grove, I don't exactly know what the Grove is at this point. I'm not that far into the comic books, so I gotta look that up too. So if you know what the Grove is, leave a comment at the bottom and let me know what the Grove is. Um, but I think this week's episode also in the promo that I only seen one promo where there's a picture of boiling pot of water, and some crazy, creepy ass music is playing in the background, and you have a girl outside, playing tag with a walker, and that's the kind of freaking creepy right there. So I don't know what that possibly could be. Maybe that could be um, just a flashback of of what the funeral home was about, or could it be just I don't know, man. Could it be um, the hunters that they're going to introduce this early into the season? But like I said, I don't think they are going to introduce the hunters until the end of the season finale. When Rick and them finally get the terminus, where they're trying to all go, except for Beth and Daryl. Beth and Daryl are the only two group members that are not headed to the terminus, and I don't even know how is that they haven't seen a sign yet. When everybody else has seen a sign of terminus and the sanctuary and all this place, but Beth and Daryl has been out in the woods and they haven't seen the sign yet. I don't know. I don't know if they're not paying attention or whatnot, but it seems kind of strange that they haven't seen the sign yet, like everybody else has. So this is my prediction. I think that Beth is safe. She's not gonna die. I'm starting to like Beth. And everybody's tripping off of Daryl and Beth hooking up and all this stuff, and I'm like, it's not that weird. You know what I mean? If Beth hooked up with Daryl, because Daryl is kind of old in the series, but I think Beth is probably in her 20s now in the TV show, I believe. Could be wrong. Maybe she was younger. She was younger when she was whatchamacallit, first introduced in season two, but I know she's a lot older than she used to be in season two. So she's got to be at least in her 20s now. I don't know how old Daryl is. Probably 35 or in his 30s. And nothing wrong if Beth and Daryl hooked up. I don't find that odd or weird or whatever. If they hooked up romantically, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be that odd. I mean, you gotta think. They've been through a lot together right now. They got into bond closer together. I mean, they're flirting with each other. You know what I mean? And they got that chemistry. You can see it. I mean, it's just a matter of time and evidence that they're gonna hook up. Same thing with Rick and Michonne. Rick and Michonne at some point are gonna hook up in the TV show, I believe. So I mean, you don't ask somebody who was just your friend, to be a best friend to your son, if you don't start having feelings for that person. And I think Rick and Michonne have good chemistry together. I think there's just evidence for Rick and Michonne to hook up. Now, Carol and Tyrese, I don't know, they could hook up. Carol and Tyrese could hook up in a relationship. Now, Bob and Sasha will definitely hook up. I mean, that kiss was just not a gesture kiss or whatever, um, whatever you want to call it. I think they're gonna hook up. They're gonna hook up soon. And now, as far as um, Glenn and Maggie, I think basically at this point everybody's gonna be reunited. You know what I'm saying? Everybody will be reunited at some point. Maybe close to the season finale or close to it, because um, except for Beth and Daryl. So at this point right now, if Father Gabriel is the one that took Beth, I think we won't see Beth until the season finale. Maybe they're gonna end the season finale with Beth arriving at Terminus with Father Gabriel, um, and meeting everybody else, and then introducing the hunters and all this stuff. So Joe's group, the one that found Daryl, I don't think they are the hunters. Because if they were the hunters, remember these hunters are. I read a story about the hunters from the comic book. They're cannibalistic, eating people. They would have fucking just ate Daryl up and not even talk to him or whatever. They would have just ate his ass up, and Daryl would have been gone. Because these people, that group, the hunters, they're cannibalistic group. So I don't even think they would have been this friendly. And I don't know if Joe was really a bad guy. Um, wouldn't he just tell Daryl to go ahead and just kill him, and then let his group shoot Daryl off instead of saying, "Why hurt me? We could hurt other people." I think Joe is gonna take the place of Merle possibility. Um, uh, 'Cause Merle, remember, Merle is radical, and this guy Joe, he seems kind of radical to me. Um, that's a radical statement. Sit there and say, "Why hurt somebody when you, why hurt me where you could hurt somebody else, hurt other people?" You know what I'm saying? So I think that Joe is going to take Merle's place, and maybe, but I think Daryl is going to ask them to go ahead and go look for Beth, and I think this episode, so the Grove, coming up, is going to be interesting. I don't think Beth is going to die. I think she's with Father Gabriel. I think Joe is another Merle, and his group is his gang or whatever is with him or whatever. Um, Nobody has that idea yet because they're gonna have to find somebody to replace Merle, and that guy seems like there's something about him that he's kind of radical like that, that he could replace Merle. You know what I mean? And just be like Joe, be Joe or whatever. So that's my thoughts on it, you guys. That's what I think is gonna happen. I don't think Beth is going to die. I think she is safe. I think she's with Father Gabriel. I think that Joe is a replacement for Merle. I think he's gonna be another Merle. He's gonna be radical. He's gonna be radical, but he won't be a bad guy. So I think that's who Joe is. I think, and I think Daryl is gonna continue to try to find Beth. And now, as far as that house with the boiling water and creepy music and that girl playing outside, maybe that's a preview of the hunters. Maybe that's gonna be the hunters pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna show a glimpse of them or whatever. But I don't think we're not gonna see them until season finale. That's I bet that. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about Father Gabriel, if that's who took Beth. Let me know if you think Joe is gonna replace Merle, and let me know what you guys think and who Joe is. And that's my thoughts and my opinions about it. I'll do another review after the episode of Grove. Alright, Eric, Raiders Eric, Lake.